Hello and welcome to the world of Max TV. Animals are incredible creatures and sometimes they really surprise you with their actions or unusual behavior. Today we've prepared for you a collection of the best funny situations with animals, shocking encounters, rescues, and simply incredible cases that people manage to capture on camera. So, sit back and get ready for a unique collection of videos which will greatly surprise you. Let's go! Looking at these funny dogs, I laughed for a very long time. They're real friends, but when the glass door closes in front of them, the dogs immediately turn into the most evil enemies and are ready to tear each other apart. This married couple specially came to nature to release a mouse from their home trap.
Poke him in the butt.
However, the funniest thing is still ahead. As soon as the mouse is free, it decides to take revenge on the woman and jumps under her pants.
Oh my god, hit him! Oh my god!
The family was shocked when they came to their house full of water. At first, they thought they had forgotten to turn off the faucet in the house, but it turned out to not be that simple. After reviewing the recordings from home cameras, they realized that their dogs were to blame for everything. They decided to drag the watering hose into the house. Apparently, this evil dog decided to attack the little girl, so it started barking and getting closer. But the cat saw it and attacked the dog to protect the girl. The terrified dog immediately ran away. When this stupid cat climbed a thin tree, it was immediately attacked by a magpie. After being scared by the bird's attacks, the cat immediately began to descend. After moving to a new house, the family began to notice a lot of unusual things, but after watching this recording from a night surveillance camera, everything became clear. It's easy to notice how some kind of smoke appears from the doll, which scared the cat. There are clearly ghosts living here. After spending only 2 days with an injured leg, the man laughed a lot when the dog started copying him. I think he's not so sad now. This is the first time I've seen such arrogance. The seagull squeezed the head of another seagull for a long time until it regurgitated and gave it some fish. People who shot the video were shocked. After releasing a small bat into the tree under which it was found, people filmed how it was immediately attacked and carried away by a larger bat. But maybe it's its mom who was waiting for it and just took it to the nest. To escape from a street dog, this terrified man climbed onto some kind of flower stand. Feeling like a real lion, the dog quickly calmed down and left the scene satisfied. Just look at how a cunning mouse escapes death by pretending to be dead in front of a hungry cat. It raises the head from time to time to check the situation. Tom and Jerry can't do the same. This impatient dog got tired of waiting so long in the car at the gas station, so he started honking. The man was forced to return urgently. The owner of this cat was shocked when the surveillance camera showed how this fluffy criminal steals shoes from neighbors every night, and in just 8 months, there were more than 100 pieces. I think the neighbors never guessed where their shoes went. This is a very funny and unusual reaction of the cat when he first tastes ice cream. This man confidently catches a pelican, but why did he do it? It turned out that he decided to help a poor bird with fishing gear hanging from its beak. The rescue was quick and successful. I was very surprised when I saw what kind of somersaults pigeons can do in the air, but I don't understand why they do it. These are the real fans of extreme, and they do the same somersaults on the ground. To get out of his hiding place, this cat uses tactics from the Mission Impossible movie. However, it's always safe in such a secret place. During lunch, a shepherd was attacked by an impudent sheep. The fight for food looks very funny. This small fish decided to hide in a jellyfish. It definitely thinks that traveling in such a house is safe. Now we have a moment when a woman carries a possum out of a Brooklyn bar. How the wild animal turned out to be there is not clear, but everyone was shocked when she fearlessly pulled it out and carried it away. Have you ever seen how a rooster's head remains motionless relative to the body? It looks very unusual, but most likely this is how the rooster concentrates on one point. While walking through the forest on horseback, a man ran into a moose. The terrified horse stopped and did not know what to do. But as soon as the moose turned in the same direction, the horse immediately realized that it was necessary to run away. Now we have a hilarious moment when the Amazon delivery man had to jump over the customer's fence in horror, escaping from the dog. As you can see, this big dog was just showing joy and wanted to say hello. As it turned out later, there was a sign, "Beware of the dog," on the gate, but he did not pay attention to it. This funny creature decided to use its paw to attack one of its friends with all its might. It knows how to joke for sure. When the kitten hung on the clothesline outside the apartment window, these two men used a stick and a mat to save it. As you can see, they managed to succeed. Now we have a crazy baboon in search of food who decided to steal a backpack from two old men on the beach. The man attacked him with a stick, but it didn't help, so the backpack was successfully stolen. In Philadelphia, the owner was filming her little dog on the lawn, but at some point she almost managed to film an attack on her pet by some kind of bird. The predator flew with its claws open, but changed its mind at the last moment. As soon as the delivery man brought a package to the porch of the house, a huge dog broke the glass of the front door. It's good that the guy managed to escape in time. Stupid dogs planned to attack a manatee near the shore, but all they got was a free cool shower. I think that this dog urgently needs to find a place on the baseball team. As the cameraman reported, it hits the ball very hard. These fishermen clearly failed to take a picture with the fish. The next moment was filmed in Hawaii. I can't even believe moray eels can hunt crabs like that. The predator climbed up the coastal rocks like a snake and got into the hole. This nimble crab managed to slip out and escape, and the moray eel remained without prey. This hilarious moment shows how an elephant attacked an opponent, but in fact it was a sculpture with huge tusks. It's hard to imagine what the elephant thought at that moment when it destroyed such a huge opponent with one blow. However, it calmly looked at the scene, turned around, and left. Now we have a very funny moment. This man ran out of the car, picked up a small camel, and carried it off the roadway. The terrified mother camel did not even understand what was happening and, making funny noises, ran after them. This guy is really mad. Just look at these happy little goats and how fun they are while eating. The owner only needed to arrange them in the correct order. For this seagull, stealing a fish stick from an old lady turned out to be easier than ever. The guy with the ice cream was also unlucky. Everything happened so fast that one can only see the moment of theft in slow motion. After finding this street vendor in Mexico, a cunning squirrel has found a source of free nuts. I think that this cat found two real massage therapists. It seems that chickens are also interested in catching fleas and cat hair. This amazing moment was filmed from a car in the northeast of Thailand. The huge creature was lying right on the roadway, and it was unclear whether this elephant was alive or dead. As it turned out later, it just wanted to take a nap. Hearing the sound of the engine, the elephant got up and left. This motorcyclist was unlucky. When he was racing along a Forest Mountain road, a small black bear jumped right under his wheels. Such a terrible fall could not be avoided, but it is good that neither the bear nor the man were injured.
Have you ever seen cows?
You definitely haven't seen this. In Ireland, a man takes his cows to new pastures by boat. To get to the shore, cows need to jump into the water and swim a long distance. It looks so funny. This is what real friendship looks like. Horses are one of the smartest animals. At first I thought this horse was masterfully opening the door to let his friend out, but I was wrong. In the end, it turned out that it just wanted to eat someone else's food. Now we have a spectacular battle between two rats. With such karate skills, they definitely need to star in Hollywood. If you have a very smart dog, then it can easily take pictures of you and your friends in any beautiful place. This is what a professional dog walker looks like. If the owners do not have time to walk their pets on their own, this guy will do everything for them, while the dog will definitely not be bored walking alone. The chicken decided to lay an egg right on the hood of the car, and only thanks to the lightning-fast reaction of the guy, it remained intact. This chicken decided to give the driver a gift. The pit bull caused a real panic among the staff, so everyone began to hide and escape. Pit bulls are really very dangerous, but not in this case. The dog turned out to be a good-natured, funny creature. It was just happy and wanted to play. This strange creature was captured on camera, and if any of you know what it is, write it in the comments below. To descend from such a height, the ducklings used such an improvised slide. Such a descent was very fun. This employee is running to his car, which has started honking. It turned out that his beloved bulldog decided to rest on the steering wheel. Now, we have another funny situation. As you can see, there's real love between a pet and a steering wheel. This incredible moment on a fishing trip was filmed by fisherman Jeff in Western Australia. He caught a young blackfin shark with a fishing rod, but a hungry crocodile grabbed it near the surface of the water. The fisherman decided not to play with the crocodile. He pulled the predator to himself as much as possible, cut the line, and gave the shark to the toothy creature. Do you know that you'll never be able to buy live tuna? It turns out that tuna can only breathe while moving, so as soon as it stops, it immediately dies. These fish never sleep, they are on the move all the time. This disturbing moment was filmed in New Zealand, a mother cow chasing its calves who were being taken away in a truck. Now we have the moment when people are not expecting guests at all. The stingray in the aquarium did not seem to finish and decided to have a bite of fish. He presses the poor fish against the glass and tries to swallow it, but the fish is clearly too big for its mouth. It tried to swallow it for a long time, but soon a diver worker swam to the rescue of the fish and quickly resolved the situation. The owner has trained his dogs to freeze and not move tactics. It looks very cool, but the smallest one doesn't do it very well. He's shivering from the cold. This naughty dachshund was caught on camera when one of its friends helped it get out of prison. Real friends will always come to the rescue. In this recording, a pet dog became the target of a crocodile that began its pursuit. It is noticeable how nervous the owner is and calls the dog to the shore. The pet seemed to understand that it was necessary to run to the shore, and as the photographer reported, it managed to escape. I've often seen elephants felling small trees, but this one broke all records since it managed to bring down a huge tree. Now you can enjoy the delicious leaves. Lions are very afraid of adult buffaloes, especially if it's a whole herd. To avoid dangerous horns, this lioness decided to seek salvation in a dry tree. It stayed there for a very long time because the buffaloes liked to graze here. In the end, the lioness even fell asleep on such a saving branch. The video went viral. This is a mutant pigeon with a puffed up breast and very long legs. The audience even began to argue that it was definitely a deepfake of artificial intelligence, but it seems to me that the bird is real. In this video, the surveillance camera filmed a pet dog cheerfully waving his tail, playing in the yard with a big black bear. It looks like they've really become friends. During a heavy snowfall, you cannot leave pets on the street. This miraculously surviving sheep had to be literally dug out from under the snow. Here's a similar moment. Right on a busy highway, people filmed a sloth trying to climb over the road. The inexperienced man could not help in any way, but then a real rescuer appeared and took the animal to a safe place. Have you ever noticed such a huge frog? It's my first time, and it looks very real, but I still have doubts. It feels like a very plausible video editing. To say that these tourists were uncomfortable is to say anything. An elephant attacked their truck and lifted it into the air several times. Here's a recording of the same moment, but taken by the people themselves from inside of the car. It's good that the elephant calmed down and no one was injured. This is a funny galego, also known as bush babies or nagapies. It was not possible to film how it fell out of the nest, but we can see how its mother rushes to the rescue. It deftly dragged the cub under the roof, jumping with it in its teeth along the vertical wall. It's very easy to make a holiday for the monkeys. This kind man brought them a whole bunch of tangerines, which were almost empty in a few minutes. Now we have a brazen dolphin that decided to steal the girl's tablet, but she reacted quickly and saved her iPad. An ordinary morning in a fish shop looks exactly like this. There is a pelican in the queue for the fish, and at the same time, no one expels it or is surprised by its presence. Everything seems to be fine. The horse saw its reflection in the glass door of the dental office and decided to attack itself. As a result of this battle with the reflection, the door was destroyed. As soon as this cat jumps into the car, it immediately lies down on the dashboard. It likes to stare at the clouds and cars driving by. What a level of relaxation. This cunning bird saw a dog sleeping on the porch and realized that this was a great opportunity to collect materials for its nest. The main thing is that the dog does not wake up completely bald. Just look at the eyes of this dog when it was tricked. I feel really sorry for it. The cat knew exactly how to surprise the owner. At first I thought this cat was walled up in concrete, leaving only the head. But in fact, there was just a hole in this cube, and the unlucky cat had to be rescued with a hammer. A woman saved 4 kittens, and now they consider her their mother. With such small climbers, she is definitely not bored now. After this, the white dog will remember this smelly creature for the rest of its life, and will avoid dealing with the skunks.
Are you okay? Look at you trying to get it off.
This dog loves to look out the window. In this case, no blinds will prevent it from doing what it loves the most. If it wasn't for the safety glass, the father of this baby definitely wouldn't be sitting so calmly and recording the video. When this man looked out the window, he was shocked, since a whole swarm of hummingbirds filled his yard to check the feeders that he had just installed. This dog and the duck have a strong friendship. They had fun chasing each other around a rock in the park. Whenever the dog changed direction, the duck followed it. This is how the most cunning ones act. While all the other geese are flying, this one decides to take the passenger seat on the boat. Why not? They're moving in the same direction. I don't know why this deer needed to run across the road at this very moment. Here's another skateboarder clash with a crazy deer. On the island of Mauritius, a very rare seabird got stuck and could not move. Fortunately for the bird, it was quickly rescued before it could be found by predators. This is the way of entertainment one can find in the remote village. All you need to do is add a couple of hands to the chicken, and you can have a nice laugh. In Indonesia, you cannot leave a scooter unattended. Evil monkeys can quickly ruin it. An aggressive stallion was released into the pen of this rooster. They ran in a circle for a long time and did not know what to do. The rooster tried to attack the horse, while it did the same. As a result, the horse decided to fall with all its weight on the rooster and crush it, but the fall was not accurate, so the rooster survived. This video of brave alpine goats quickly became very popular. As if breaking gravity, the goats graze quietly on a sheer wall. The famous Cunning Dam is located in the town of Piedmont. It was built back in 1920, its height is 49 meters, and the angle of inclination is almost 90 degrees. Right on this almost vertical wall, careless goats move quietly while using tiny ledges to move. According to local residents, goats have long been choosing this dam as a place to stay. It turns out that useful minerals are released on the materials from which the wall was built, and goats walk on tiny stones, licking salt. In addition, nutritious, delicious moss grows here, which also attracts animals. Now it's time for a very cute moment filmed in Missouri. A family of friendly raccoons got stuck in a large trash can near the house and could not get out. People turned over the bucket and saved the raccoons. But then everything was even more fun. They decided to check another bucket, and there were 2 raccoons there too. People decided to feed them first and threw a sausage in a bucket. The raccoons couldn't share the food, and it looks pretty funny. All of them were released too. This is the most massive walrus rookery in the world, which is located in the northeast of Russia. There are more than 100,000 individuals on this shore, and this is almost half of the entire population of the planet. It looks fantastic. They really lie on top of each other. Now we have a funny case with a goose, which was captured by a surveillance camera. A woman peacefully going to work was attacked by an evil Canadian goose. A man in a car immediately drove up to help, but the aggressive bird did not even think to calm down. Now it's time for another funny situation when the woman throws her bags and jumps into the front seat, but the goose flies right into the car after her. But everything ended well, no one was injured. Now it's time for some kamikaze geese, which build their nest very high on the rocks. I don't know how their 4 chicks will have to come down from there later, but it seems that the risk of being in the teeth of predators is much higher than when falling from such steep cliffs. When it's time to go down, the chicks do it one by one without hesitation. Unfortunately, not everyone was unlucky enough to survive after such a fall. Only 2 out of 4 survived. This huge elephant came out on the railway and decided to stop the train. There have been a lot of cases in India when trains hit elephants. An animal dies most often after such an accident, but passengers also take risks because after a collision with such a giant, the train can simply derail. In our case, the driver noticed the elephant in time and managed to stop. As you can see, the elephant was in no hurry to leave the tracks. He delayed the train for 7 minutes and then disappeared into the forest. The passengers were delighted. This incredible footage was made by a camera installed above the blackbird nest. Have you ever seen how the feeding moment happens? I didn't even think that a bird could bring so many earthworms at one time. It takes turns feeding all the chicks and makes sure that everyone stays full. This moment was filmed near a local cafe. A street dog entered the territory of evil cats, who immediately attacked it with the whole gang. The cats immediately realized that they did not need an extra mouth, so they attacked the dog one by one to scare it away. On the hunt, right near the pond, it managed to find a herd of wild boars. After approaching it to have a suitable distance, the boar has no chance to escape